and Project Paranoid. Superintendent?
Okay, thank you, boss. Thank you, Staff Super. Good morning, everyone. My privilege and my pleasure to be standing in front of you this morning. As discussed, we were talking about the results of Project Spectre and Project Paranoid. This was an investigation that commenced in April of 2023 by the Toronto Police Service Gun and Gang Firearm Enforcement Unit. It was into a network of individuals involved in narcotics and firearms trafficking. During this investigation, an undercover operator successfully purchased 6 firearms and more than 200 grams of cocaine. The firearms to my right here, 3 of them being restricted, 3 of them being prohibited as a result of magazine size. As a result of the information obtained during Spectre, members of the service's OSIS unit, Organized Crime Investigative Support, segued into an investigation termed Project Paranoid. This was focused on the trafficking, shipping, revinning, and re-registering of stolen vehicles. During this project, there was a total of 48 vehicles seized. 20 were seized in a joint effort with Halton Regional Police Service, so special thanks to that service. 20 more were intercepted by TPS and Montreal Police with the assistance of CBSA in the Port of Montreal area. 5 were purchased by an undercover operator. These vehicles you can see behind me. These vehicles were purchased, revinned, and re-registered, which is kind of a first time in law enforcement that this has been done. 3 more vehicles were located during the execution of search warrants on the takedown on the completion of the project for the total of 48. Estimated value of all of these vehicles is approximately $3.75 million. During this investigation, there were several businesses in the GTA which were identified as locations where stolen motor vehicles were stored and sold prior to being shipped overseas and or being revinned and re-registered to be sold domestically. In all, 7 people were arrested and charged, and 150 charges in total for Spectre and Paranoid. The positive results of this project is absolutely due to the dedicated work of the many members of the Toronto Police Service, primarily Integrated Gun and Gang Task Force, Toronto Drug Squad, as well as the OSIS unit for the vehicle portion. This service, our service, is committed to the safety and well-being of our residents above all else. We will continue to work in collaboration with all the impacted stakeholders on finding solutions to this complex issue. I'll now pass it over to Mr. Brian Gass, the VP of Investigative Services, for his comments. Thank you.
Hello and good morning. As mentioned, my name is Brian Gast. I'm the Vice President of Investigative Services at Equite Association. I'd like to thank Chief Demkew and the command staff of Toronto Police Service for inviting us here today, and commend them and congratulate them for the phenomenal work that they're doing in the area of investigating vehicle crimes and keeping the community safe. In Canada, a vehicle is stolen every 5 minutes. The vehicles that the organized crime groups are targeting in Ontario are newer and of greater value than ever before and greater than any other province. Since 2020, the claim costs have increased by 319%. And for the first time, Ontario has experienced over $1 billion in auto theft claim cost in a single year in 2023, which is up from $700 million in 2022. Equite plays a significant role by helping Canadians fight insurance crimes, which includes vehicle crimes. We accomplish this through investigative expertise and advanced analytics. The investigative teams at Equite works with close collaboration with the CBSA, port authorities, government agencies, CISO, law enforcement agencies across the country, and particularly the Toronto Police Service. Equite investigators are specialized in identifying stolen vehicles, providing evidence as expert witnesses in court, assisting law enforcement in the search warrant execution, and providing training. These public-private partnerships create a more effective and efficient way of addressing the issue of auto theft by pooling resources and lending our expertise. Auto theft is not a victimless crime. It is not just a property crime. Beyond the financial impact of auto theft, it seriously impacts people's sense of safety. Ontarians are feeling vulnerable. The majority are worried about how the alarming increase in auto theft will impact the crime rate in their communities, and they are especially concerned for their personal safety and the safety of their families. A recent study finds more than 80% of Canadians are concerned of the
All right, if
community
you're just
safety
joining
due
us,
to the
we're
impacts
listening
of
to an update from Toronto Police sharing the results of their investigation into auto thefts. They say 48 cars, stolen cars, were recovered. 7 people were arrested and charged. And some really staggering stats that police are sharing this morning. They say a car is stolen every 5 minutes in Canada, and that has resulted in $1 billion in auto theft.